All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be talking about trees being destroyed for no reason. So I live in this community that has a good amount of trees. Yo, sorry for the light. What the hell? I live in a community that has a good amount of trees, and I love trees. I love hugging trees. I love being around nature. And recently in my community, they took out these trees that were huge. They were probably so old, and their trunks were so thick, and they just looked like very majestic trees. The branches were like long too, and it had like so many branches. And it was three trees just like that, side by side, and they literally cut them all down. Look, this is the area. You see how all that is like soil, just kind of flattened out. There was three big ass trees there, and now it's gone. And so what does this show me? For one, that's a very low frequency action that they did, and that I should probably move out of this area soon, because I don't want to be in a place where they're taking out nature. Another thing that tells me is that this is just following the trend of everything kind of collapsing. Again, not in a pessimistic way, actually in an optimistic way, because they're going to keep doing low frequency actions like that until things change. And we kind of lead those. Excuse the light, bro, because this shit is pissing me off on the camera. Like, this shit literally looks like Jesus Christ fucking coming reborn on the camera. But anyways, yeah, so basically what I'm saying is these terrible low frequency actions have to keep happening so that humanity could wake up. And so to me, it gives me, I guess somehow hope that they're cutting down the trees, because I know that's going to piss people off. And not just because of the trees, because a lot of people don't care about the trees, but because what that shows around what is going around in the world, like that people are still not conscious, and that there's probably a lot worse stuff happening that could lead to the awakening of many people. And it is happening. It's already happening. I've been reading again Eckhart Tolle, who's the author of The Power of Now. If you're into spirituality, that's a very popular book. But I've been reading his second book, which is well, I don't know if it's a second, but it's one of his other books, which is called A New Earth. And he talks about the awakening there, and he does it in such a beautiful way. He's so great at articulating these concepts and ideas of spiritual awakening, and I highly recommend it if you want to be on, updated on what is happening and why all this is chaos is happening in the world. You'll understand if you read his books. You got to be ready. That book kind of arrives to you when you're ready to learn that type of information. But hey, who knows? Maybe if you're curious enough, and you might get some crazy realizations. But yeah, man, it's crazy. For me, just chopping down trees like that so unconsciously and so unapologetically, for no reason, by the way. There's absolutely no reason for that. It's just insane. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that, besides that we need to keep nature. We need to, keep nature in as natural of a state as it can be. And at the end of the day, we have to remember that trees are beings, right? Like, they are conscious. As weird as that sounds, they are alive, which means they have some degree of consciousness. I'm sure you've heard of, like, sometimes where, like, the plants, like, I can't really explain it that well, but basically where plants literally get affected by a human, like, touching it or, like, doing something to it, and they react a certain way. They're conscious beings. And for you to just take them out like that with no, if there was maybe, like, a higher benefit or a higher reason, like, benefiting the community in some way, or benefiting animals, or just some sort of benefit, then okay. But these people just took it out for, for I don't know what reason. So yeah, like, we have to remember that trees are conscious. They are a part of the whole. And yeah, I mean, it's really that simple. I think this is also part of the awakening, the fact that, recognizing that trees are conscious, I think, is a part of the awakening, because a part of having a spiritual awakening is realizing that we're all one, meaning that we are also one with the trees, that the trees are part of us and we are part of them, and that when we affect the trees, we're ultimately affecting ourselves. Everything is interconnected. So we're deeply connected to the trees, more than we know. Shit, more than I even know. So yeah, man. So yeah, it's crazy what's going on, but again, I think it's all happening for the better. But I don't know what I'm going to title this video. Probably that something with trees being conscious, or something about that. And so yeah, we need to be cognizant, aware of protecting the trees, taking care of them, because they matter. I'm telling you right now, they do. And be aware of, all of the negative actions that are happening towards trees, and that don't let whatever you can, try to prevent from well, first yourself from harming conscious beings like trees or plants, but also other individuals or government that may want to harm plants or trees. So we have to try our best to prevent that, and spread awareness, on not even just the spiritual kind of wacky perspective on trees being conscious, that's why they matter, but just scientifically, for our ecosystem, I'm sure that trees matter. So it's not even just a matter of the spiritual perspective, but also from an empirical point, from a scientific standpoint, I'm sure it's really important not to do that. And so yeah, we need to spread the awareness. Trees are conscious, protect our ecosystem. There's already, this global climate, global warming, and we're making all these sort of choices just destroying our planet. And again, that's a part of that. The trees, people cutting trees down and not really being conscious about it, is a part of this sort of destruction that humans are causing to the planet. And again, what happened in my community, these people that own the HOA, which, if you don't know, there's a bunch of bad stuff on the internet about the HOA. They decide to cut down the trees, and so again, just destroying the planet. So we have to spread the awareness about this. We have to be conscious about this, and again, we have to have faith that we can change things. And one of the first steps for change is usually speaking up, speaking your truth, whatever that is, speaking your perspective, because your voice does matter. And yeah, we gotta remember that. So I love you guys all. Thanks for watching. May you guys all be happy, be healthy, and may you guys all be at peace. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, y'all.